Space is magic. It normally fills up. If you have a big project, you know, you will see that things come together to fill a project like that. America is vast, really vast. It's 3,000 miles across, you know, this is a big chunk of land, right?
We feel very close to America, and it's definitely one of the big pillars of our work. Maybe it doesn't show in size yet, but there's a lot of old bonds and old friendship, which is very important.
Most of all, we're building on friendship, and probably the greatest of luxury, even though, you know, nobody really talks about it, is being together with people you like and you understand and with whom you can share mind space and so on. I mean, never think of it, but good company is probably the ultimate luxury. Your car doesn't get happy, your house doesn't get happy. I tell people that a dozen times a week, you know. When you think it's happy is your mind, right? Look for happiness where it is, in the mind, right? And that's what meditation and so on does, and working on a center like that. You know, it actually, because doing good things is good for the mind. Sounds funny, but I can really say that.
If you could describe the NRC in one word, what would it be? Space. Activity.
Friendship.
It's got to have lots of pink and gold.
Girls, they should have girls. That's for sure, because it's a big inspiration.
A place where people can live and create community. And once that happens, you know, people will start moving in closer. Wow.
Go bigger to a bigger place where you really
can benefit as many as possible.
You know, you want to be in the country, you want woods, you want to be a little bit secluded.
To practicing these precious methods which we have, we should work with mind directly.
Let's do it!
We originally had an idea called the Northeast Sangha Project, which basically had in mind to try to work together more as a region to support the growth and development of all the different local centers. And we had a meeting in, I think it was the summer of 2008, that was our first visioning meeting as a region, where we all came together here at our interim retreat center at Tasso and Carlinda's house, where we created a 2020 vision of what we want to see in the region in the next 10 to 15 years. New York is our first center in the region and has definitely served as a mother center for the development and growth of all the other groups and centers in the area.
You know, we really developed friendships with Rob and Joe, you know, who were some of our first Sangha, and then Boris also, of course, he was there, you know, from the beginning. He had just moved to New York and really could barely speak a word of English.
Well, I mean, I came to New York, there was basically Tasso, Lisa, and people were coming for all his lectures, right? So we meditated three of us, then they came Rob and Joe, then they came some other people like Jonathan, many other people, and then we grew now, right? So
right after I got here, they found this gorgeous place in Brooklyn, and that served us as a center for, I think, 4 years or something like this.
There were enough people there that were sharing responsibilities and basically had taken ownership, right? It seemed like the ball was rolling in New York.
After that, we decided it would be important that we move into Manhattan, and here we are in our current location now in Chinatown. Our activity is steadily increasing. We now have public nights where we have maybe 30 people come, and we have a lot of big ideas about how we're going to move uptown and really strengthen our presence here and our profile in the city.
We've already been functioning as a retreat center here in Connecticut now for what, about 2.5 years.
So we have neighbors, and most of the time we have a lot of cars. So they probably think that we do a lot of Tupperware parties or something.
We have events, you know, where we're so jam-packed, you know, that people's legs and arms are sticking out of the windows, you know. It's like putting, you know, 20 clowns in a phone booth kind of thing, you know. What is it that enabled the Northeast to grow? I'd say it's Lama Ola.
York and from Boston, where we will see the first property.
Well, the idea is that we have at least 20 acres so that we have some privacy and don't have road noise or neighbors. It should be an inspiring location, beautiful with woods and open space, and that we want to have a place that we can start activity in right away. That we can start holding weekend courses like we are here this weekend right away at the NRC, and then also have a longer-term development plan for a larger Gompa down the road.
It's where the highest culture is. A lot of the universities are there, you know, the Connecticut, the whole area, New York State, upstate, and so on. It's very interesting. It's very, very beautiful nature also, along the Hudson River and so on. It's like, it's so nice, right? Really. It should be possible to get a good hill, you know, with a good view, and down some trees, you know, drop some trees and begin to build and make some cabins and stuff like that. We should be able to do that. But I'd like to get a pickaxe or a chainsaw and come up and help.
So Ben is going to move here. This structure over here is going to be Ben's private apartment.
Yeah. I just need something small, efficient,
that you can sit
private,
and meditate
that I can sit there, kind of throne-like. You know?
Yeah.
Our Lama Ole has been coming to the States every single year for 30 years now. And what he's been doing is chipping away bit by bit at all of our egos, planting, you know, seeds of Dharma in all of our minds. And the Northeast Retreat Center project, along with the other retreat center projects, are the physical manifestation of our Lama's wishes, right? And we really need to build this out of gratitude for our teachers, out of gratitude for the Karmapas and for our Lama Ole, and then also to provide a place in the future for people to really come to know their minds.
It requires cooperation. It requires vision, intention, and cooperation.
I think the important thing is that your vision is clear. Once your vision is clear, you can work for it for 10, 20 years. Europe Center for us, we had the vision 10 years before we bought the project, and we were talking about it around the world, and at the end it was easy to purchase. We have to keep the light on fire, yeah? And the idea of the Europe Center, that was important, that it stays in the mind of the people. So we made all these little fundraising actions or tombolas, or we talked about it, and so people didn't forget it. And then at one point it was there, everybody wanted to support it because the vision was good.
Well, the name of the game for any project like this is money. So as you're hearing the sound of my voice, I'd like you to reach into your pockets and take out your wallet and maybe give your money to any of the Northeast people that you see standing around you.
In a surrounding like this one, where a lot of urban influences are gone, it is much easier to focus on the nature of your mind. Yogis went into the mountain. They want to have less impressions on their mind to really see what is behind all these disturbing feelings and so on.
Because the only thing that stays is people's mind. You know, if you live a certain place and you have a retreat center, you are simply a richer person than if you live somewhere and you don't have it, right? Everything else is just playing with some things here that will disappear when we die, right? Not much meaningful. We work with our mind, good in life, good in death, good after death, good in future lives. Always it carries on.